Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? Well, what do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki from Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. Hi! Hi, guys. Hello. Hanaki? How are we doing? How are we holding up? It's been a while. Hello? Yeah, I'm back. I mean, I didn't really go anywhere specifically. I was just having a little staycation. Staying away for the most part. So I wouldn't say I went anywhere. I just, stopped opening OBS. But I was still around. I was still doing stuff. I was still doing my thing. But I missed you guys. You know, he was getting low. I'm sure. How was your staycation? I wish it could have been better, honestly. There were some, things that made it a little bit tough, but it's fine. It's fine. We're alright. We're good. So you wouldn't be back until Monday, so this was a nice surprise. You know how it is. Figured I might as well. This would have been the 1 week mark of my break, technically, so is what it is. But yeah, I missed you guys too. I hope you had fun while I was gone. There were plenty of other interesting streams in the world of production kawaii. I mean, it probably would have made sense for me to come back on Monday, but things are very, very busy. So being able to come back on this day where it is not as busy is probably better, for the best, I should say. Yeah. Gosh, I've been so busy. But I'm glad to be here as like a little escape from all of it. I was just waiting for you to get back. I don't know if I believe you. There's gotta be, like, other things that you watched, other things that you did. Even during my break, I lurked 1 or 2 streams if I had the opportunity. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. I'm back now. Gonna be working on stuff once again. Back to the grind, as it were. I do feel relatively refreshed from my break. The first couple of days of it were better than the latter half. The latter half got busy. But it is what it is. Bet one of them was the Twist collab with Rina and Nami. I did not watch that one, actually. I really should have. But I was busy that day, so I couldn't. Unfortunately. But no, I always make it a habit to watch Charlotte's State of the Kawaii Union address. Have to pay our respects to our potential VTuber president. So I always like watching that. It's fun to see everyone's projects get highlighted. Did you see yesterday's impromptu collab? I did! I watched it for like a few minutes before I had to go do another thing. But I did at least try to watch that one. What a group of silly girls. But yeah, I do my best to try and watch other streams when I can. Particularly, I focus on kawaii streams, but I'll watch other streams too. I'm a bit of a notorious, I don't want to say notorious, that makes it sound like it's bad. But sometimes I stream hop So I will, like, watch, one stream for a little bit, and then I will hop to another stream and watch that for a little bit. Just kind of dipping my toes in the water with all of them, I suppose. I miss my DGen schedule, Oni. What do you mean, DGen? It's not that bad. Uh-oh, DD alert. Hey, I've said that I'm a DD, like, from the beginning. I think that was one of the first things I talked about in my debut 2.0, so, like... that's not an insult to me. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a DD. I'm yanking your horns. No! I don't want to come back and immediately have them yanked. That's so mean. Anyway, no, my schedule isn't that bad. And actually, it's going to be a lot less, quote-unquote, degenerate in the future. Because, the island task time frame has changed. So instead of it having to be super freaking early, I mean, I still have to get up really early. So that part sucks. But instead of, the stream being super early, it's actually going to be, like, earlier. Earlier in the morning now. Or, not earlier, later. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I was about to say. It's not earlier, it's later. It's more like a normal, morning wake-up time. You might have seen it on the schedule, but on Saturday, instead of 6 a.m., it's 8 a.m. Even earlier! No, I'm sorry, I'm just really dumb. I was thinking about how it's not earlier. I'm dumb! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm so out of it. My brain is literally made of just, like, 3 pebbles, and they're just, like, rattling incessantly in my brain right now. I'm sorry. I had a genmate other than Ron. What the hell? Yes, you always have. Rude. Hi, Kaya. No more waking up to Yuno. I mean, you can. It just means that you get to sleep in, technically. Technically, that's a good thing, I would say. But yeah, the Saturday morning work streams are going to be at 8 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. Wednesday is still going to stay 6 a.m. Just because that happens to be what works for me. But, there's a chance that that one could also get pushed to 8 a.m. I am thinking about it. We'll see how this week goes. That's 2 more pebbles than I have. Wow, I'm rich in pebbles. You can wake up to any Yuno stream if you really try. Yes. But depending on your time zone, that could be a cause for concern. More experimenting, basically? It's more like adjusting based on my island task schedule. Not so much experimentation, more just adjustments. But yeah, it's 8 a.m., which is, I think, probably going to be better than the 6 a.m. time frame, at least on Saturday. Wednesday, I think it's okay that that one's not going to be changing immediately, but we'll see. I gotta see how that works more so for my brain. My funny little brain. Although I will say for the rest of this week, I'm still getting up pretty early. Even on days that I don't necessarily have island tasks, because I have box tasks, which are even worse than the island tasks. I'm having a hard time. Things are a little bit hectic, little bit crazy, but it's alright. We ball. We keep going forward. Gonna be at 10 a.m. on my end. You have classes on Saturdays? Oof. Don't enjoy that. Did they ever fix your pipe? Yes. That thing is fixed. Yes. That part is good. And they gave me a new floor, which is nice. New bathroom floor dropped. It's pretty epic. it doesn't make, like, funny creak noises when I walk on it now. So that's fun and cool. Nice little box improvement. Liked that. Liked that. Everything else, though. Actually enjoy it since it's Japanese class. Oh, fair. So fair. Did you get a good new chair, too? I fixed my old one. I got, new screws to put inside the chair. Although, speaking of it, I think that they fell out again. But luckily, I know where they are this time. I have to check underneath the chair later. But I noticed it was starting to do the, like, lopsided thing again when I sat down earlier. And I was like, hey, why? You're supposed to be fixed! So now I have to try and fix it. Duct tape. No! I got actual screws, I promise. Gosh darn chair. The holes might be stripped. What does stripped mean? I might have to look up what that means because I don't have a brain. Stripped. I can see stripped screw. Stripped screw hole. Oh. Naruhodo. Won't hold the threading. Oh! That's so true. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the problem. I'm looking at what stripped screw holes usually look like, and I am thinking that that might be what's going on. Which is annoying, honestly. How am I gonna fix this? Oh boy. You know what? I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just not gonna think about it. We're fine. We're fine. I will just attempt to use the screws again. Later. It's fine. I don't have to do it right now. Oh, Hanaki! Don't think about it, just enjoy time with Dominachi. So true. Part of streaming is that I get to turn my brain off and not think about the outside things, so I will simply not. It's alright. Get a tab, get a drill, sign a smaller size, get some machine oil. You guys have drills? But when I fixed the chair with the new screws, I just screwed them in with my hands. You guys have drills. Man. I don't have a drill. I can at least say that. Did find my toolbox though, so I at least have screwdrivers. That's good. Have mine, thanks. Since you already have one, why don't you just, come help me fix this? Man. I mean, it's okay. I'll figure it out. Worst comes to worst, if I can't fix this by myself, I will probably just have to suck it up and get a new chair. You paying us for that job? I can pay you in me being cute. Smile. I can be cute off to the side. I can be, I can, like, get some pom-poms and be like, woohoo! You're doing so good! Cookies and milk, final offer? Oh, bet. That's easy. I can do that. What kind of cookies you want? I am not auctioning the old chair. I'm not auctioning this. Please. Oatmeal raisin. You drive a hard bargain. But I guess if you're going to be the one that's eating them, that's fine. As long as you don't make me eat them also. White chocolate chip, that's more tolerable. While I don't really enjoy white chocolate, I think that a white chocolate chip cookie is more tolerable. We'll do it for leg tattoo. I mean, it would be present while you fix the chair, yes. Technically. But it wouldn't become yours, you know? Like, if you're saying you want it, then that means you would have to get your own tattoo. Speaking of chocolate, did you eat all of yours? I haven't yet. I've been saving it for a little treat. But I should probably eat it soon. I'm nervous. I feel bad. I feel like once they're gone, I'm gonna miss them. I do still have the little box though. I've been saving it for a little treat moment. For a moment of little snack. How has it already been 20 minutes? It feels like we just started. I mean, technically we did. Technically we did. Because I was on my loading screen for like 6 minutes. So like technically we still just started, but yeah, I get what you mean. Streams go kind of crazy. Eat the chocolate, treasure the box. Fair. There. Have you used the fan any? Not like properly used it. I'm trying to figure out where I want to start putting them. As you guys probably know, the intention is to like leave this box soon and get a new box. So I don't really want to like decorate too much because I don't want to have to like then immediately take it all down when we leave. So maybe I will have to figure out a way to properly display them, or like a case that I can put them in. But I also want to use them because I think it would be sad if they just like sat in display forever. In display, on display, whatever. But I will use them. I think I'll probably get more use out of them during the summer, because then I can actually, like, fan myself. I can't hold myself back and eat almost all the chocolate at once. I mean, I get it. I've done that before, too. I went on a trip once, and I came back with a bunch of fudge, and then the fudge was gone within, like, 3 days. And that was a, happy time for my tummy, but a bad time for my tummy. Do you know what I mean? Like, tummy was happy, but also not happy. But also happy, but also not happy. Alright, if you insist, let's try a chocolate live. Let's do a little taste test of one of these. If you don't know what I'm talking about, during my birthday... Yes. During my birthday, the day of my birthday, the actual day of my birthday, I got a package, that was sent from management. That was gifts from the Damadachi. And one of the things that I was sent was a box of truffles. Let's do a singular taste test of a truffle. Blech. I don't know which one to get. Or, which one to open or consume first, because it's hard to tell what they all are. It didn't come with a little, like, recipe card. Recipe card, flavor profile card. Whatever the heck they're called. Middle one? There isn't really a middle, there's 6. There are 6 little truffles, there are 6 little guys. So there isn't really a middle. 2 or 4? Okay, so you're talking middle rows. You have something to go with the sweets? Water. I got water. Bottom right? 2 or 4. Okay, well, if we're going with 2 or 4, 2 is... It's got like a... What is the name of this pattern? Swirl? No. Drizzle. Yes. You can tell that I'm very out of it because I can't remember basic words. It's got a drizzle on it, is what I wanted to say. And then the one in 4 is... It's like... powdered? It's got like a powder on it, like a white powder. So do we want the one with the drizzle, or do we want the one with the powder on it? I just realized how bad it sounds that I described it as having white powder, but it's like powdered sugar. I promise, it's just powdered sugar! Ah! Ruining my life today, I think. Going a bit crazy, I guess. Snow? Yeah! White snow. Exactly. You're so right. No, don't say it's nondescript. Don't say that. It's legal, right? It should be! I mean... If management was willing to forward this to me, I have to assume so. I have to assume that they are aware of what's inside of it, you know? Very discreet! So true. Did you take pics before opening? I mean, I opened the box just now, but I can take a picture of the chocolate. I can take a picture of the chocolate. I'm very bad at taking photos, so this will look a bit silly, but it's fine. Okay, let me... No, don't blame management. Oh, it's so over. Why am I like this? I don't know what's going on with my brain. Where do I put this? Over here? Yeah, that's fine. Oops, wrong button. I can't believe it's not sugar. No, it should be sugar. It better be sugar. The experience of being an online content creator is just... There wasn't anything mixed into the chocolate to make you loopy, right? I haven't even eaten the chocolate yet! We can't even blame the chocolate for this. This is just me. This is just me being insane.
It's super chat, so that means it deserves a super jingle.
Kawaii brand pixie dust. This is cover my pre-order. Thank you for the $5 super chat. This probably gets you like half of one. Surprise! It's salt. Now that would be an incredible surprise. I actually do like the combination of salt and chocolate, so that could be pretty yummy. This is about to become a very memorable stream. Yeah? It'd be like that sometimes. Alright, hold on. I'm doing the image transfer thing so that I can show you guys what the chocolate looks like. Thank you, Ron-chan! I'm very happy to be back. Even if I'm going a little bit insane. But aren't we all? Aren't we all simply going a little bit insane? Hi, Ron-chan. Kaya was here earlier, too. Wow, Hanamizuki said, finally, Dad is back with the milk. Finally, the return.
An offering. Thank you so much.
An offering! Thank you so much. Thank you for the $10. Boop. That's fair. I'll let you boop if you're donating. I'll let you boop in this instance. You get a boop. Maybe even 2. Insanity is my middle name. I'm about to eat chocolate. The chocolate's probably gonna make me go crazy. What am I supposed to do? Okay. This picture is gonna look silly. Yeah, I knew it. It was gonna be super zoomed in. Wow, you can't even see the chocolate. What are you supposed to do with this information? Thanks, Yuno. It's just a corner of your keyboard. Yummy keyboard. I mean, it is, like, pastel colors, so I guess it could look like a form of candy. There you go. Chocolate. Look, guys, chocolate. They're real. So that's what we're working with. Wow, the chocolate looks like a keyboard. I know. I can't believe you guys picked out something with edible keys. Choco! Yeah! This was one of my gifts for my birthday. The Damadachi got me these. The white one looks like ice cream. Lucky you. That's the one that we've been talking about that has the powder. So we've got, like, the drizzle, and then we've got the powdered one. Those are the ones in the middle row. Don't eat my keyboard! I need that to be able to type funny words. How am I supposed to do any of my funny word stuff if I don't have a keyboard? Did you ever think about that?
Bruh.
Bruh.
Damanachi! Thank you for the return, and also for reminding me I need to update my Dono goal. Thanks! Thank you! Welcome back, Yuno. Thank you. Thank you. Bruh.
That's more than I anticipated.
What?
Thank you.
I didn't even type the number! Okay. Thank you for the $50.42. I see, it's because you wanted to make it $69.69. I understand. Thank you for your help. That's worth, like, 5 boops, I guess, if we assume that the... Not 5. What am I talking about? That's worth 10 boops, is what I meant to say. So 150, 42. No, it's 160, actually, because the $10 from before. Girl math. There we go. Your birthday goals are still up? I mean, the dono bar is, but the actual birthday festivities, no. No, please, because if that's the case, I would owe wheel spins, and I don't want to do wheel spins, please. Don't forget the 5 from Super Chat. Super Chat doesn't usually count for the daily goal, but I can include it. I don't particularly mind. Spot Chat, and I also just got a $1 donation from, it's a Japanese name, Tokenai Namae? I think. That's To, right? Tokenai? Tokenai Namae? Yeah, that's $1. Thank you! Okay, so it's 66. And they threw off the 69.69, so, boo. Toki? Okay, sick. You got scared of the wheel? I wouldn't say I'm scared of the wheel, but I owed a lot of wheel spins at the end. And if anything, I am going to be playfully mad at the wheel because I had to stop talking to Isla-sama so that I could do my wheel spins. I wish I could have talked to Isla-sama for the rest of the stream. I was there for a moment, it's okay, that's true. For a moment, there was world peace. There was balance. If we reach the $3,000 this month, what are you gonna do? Cry? And then, it's going to be going towards box funds. Dono bars like those always go towards box funds. Because I'm really gonna need box funds going forward. I wasn't in as much of, like, a pressing need for it before. But, like, now, with certain things going on, certain events, it is a little bit more pressing, so, everything's going towards box funds. Funds for box. Is there a reward since you reached today's goal? Let's just look at my thighs for a second, but, like, really zoomed in. I'll put the focus on the one with the tattoo, because I know that's what you people want. We'll just be really zoomed in for a sec, okay? I don't really have the brain capacity to come up with another reward, so it's this. about a picture of your keyboard instead? Like the full keyboard? Is it clean enough? How is it the first thing you thought of? Well, I was thinking about, like, going really zoomed in with my face again like I did during my birthday, but I was like, no, I've already done the face. So then I said, thigh, I guess. Look, I'm not going to claim to understand how my brain works. That's what I am here to offer you. Okay. Pies and chocolate, heck yeah. So true. Also, we haven't picked what chocolate I'm eating yet. Oh, Shark, thank you for the 327. There, fixed it twice. You're so correct. So, 3, that's a 9. And then 27, which is, oh, okay, so yeah. So true. Now it's on the other thing. What are you gonna do about that? How are you gonna handle that? You can't actually see it anymore, though, because my thighs are covering it. We're still going for the white one? Okay. White one it is. Live, truffle eating experience with Buno. At least I think it's a white powder. It should be. But it also kind of looks a bit yellowish in the light. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Your speech at the end of the birthday stream was so beautiful, it made me cry. I haven't had a good cry in a while. Thank you for that. Love ya. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I feel bad that you, cried. But I hope it was a happy cry and not a sad one. But I feel you. I also hadn't cried for a while, so then the fact that it suddenly just exploded at the end of the stream. But I mean, as if anything else could have happened at the end of a 24-hour experience, you know? Because I did not sleep. So, like, of course, I was in that emotional, fragile state that would result in tears. I'm amazed I lasted as long as I did.
It's a super chat.
It's a
that
super
means it
chat.
deserves a super jingle.
Who is this, like, customer service voice, you know? Who is she? Alright, let me eat this freaking chocolate. Alright, itadakimasu. There's something crunchy inside of it. There's a crunch.
An offering. Thank you so much.
You know what? I think this is almond powder. Yeah, I think this is almond powder, and I think the crunchy things inside of it are almonds. That slaps. I love almond chocolate. No, it's not nougat. It's more crunchy. Nougat would be a little bit creamier. But yeah, I think these are almonds. They crunched kind of like a Rice Krispie, so at first I thought that there was like a puff in here. But I just think it's an almond. Yum! And then I think it's dusted in almond powder, and that's what the white powder is. The mystery powder. Yum, 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 yum. Good choice. Pretty delicious. Oh wow, that bite was like really creamy. There was still like the crunchy pieces of the almond in it. But, like, you really had the, like, truffle experience there because there was a lot of the, like, creamy, fudge-type texture on the inside. Mm-hmm. Also, Mysterious Damanachi, thank you for the $10. Guys are great, but just happy to have you back. We missed our one and Oni. I missed you guys, too. You guys are too kind. But no, I thought about you guys a lot while I was on my break. Even as it got busy and hectic and things were kind of wild, I was thinking about how much I wished I could just stream for a couple of hours and forget everything. But a break is a break, and I really needed to have it, so... I am glad that I still took the break, but... I missed you guys. I was like, I just wish I could cling to the Damadashis right now and like, whine about my life. Not literally, but like... I just wanted to forget for a while and play video games or something, you know? I did still play video games, just none of the games that I usually stream. I mostly hyper-focused on the Star Rail update. I went crazy for Pinaconi. Really nice story update, by the way, even if I, like, cried and sobbed and cried and sobbed and cried. No spoilers, though, because I know some people haven't beaten it yet. What a nice surprise. What about, Sir Thighs? I didn't really like that one. You can boo that one. Yeah, they're happy noises from the chocolate. That was pretty good. I liked that one. That one was yummy. Did YouTube ever update whether you unlocked a new emote? 3 more memberships. Allegedly. I will reiterate, though, it's kind of hard to tell if this countdown is legitimate or not, because of the fact I do have a lot of, like, placeholder emotes in slots that I've unlocked before. But yeah, allegedly 3 more, and it unlocks the next slot. But I don't know if that's a slot that I've already used or not. I think I would have to count my emotes and figure it out. Are you going to make me do girl math? I can forgive the joke because we're so back, thank you. I do think it's what I deserve.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Oh, thank you for gifting a membership! Thank you, thank you! That means, 2 more to go. Hi, Ohanaki! Welcome in. Oh, another one. One more then.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
And last one. Dang, we sure do ball. Thank you for the
May
memberships!
the Oni lights guide you
You
back
guys
to
are
me.
silly. Alright, well, I guess now I have to check YouTube. What's up, YouTube? What the frick is up? Okay. Oh, we're going over. Going into overtime. Going into overtime. Bonuses. That's fair. Okay. It hasn't refreshed yet. Okay, wait. So since I'm here, I should probably just do the girl math and count them, huh? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so I have 19, I think. I have 19 emotes, and it says that the thing that we are unlocking is the 17, so we are not unlocking a new slot. We have a while before we're gonna get to the point where we can unlock a new slot, it looks like. Because it says that the thing I'm unlocking is 17 emoji, even though I technically already have the 19 because of the placeholders. Not with that attitude, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Must be because of gifted members, indeed. Many such cases, but it is okay. It is all good. Okay, I'm gonna go back to normal now. I want to spend the entire stream on my thighs. It's not one of those streams today. It's meant to just be a chill, return experience. We don't have to get crazy. We don't have to get silly. We have to will those extra slots into existence? I mean, yeah, but we don't have to, like, shoot for the stars in one stream, you know? When is it one of those kinds of streams? I don't know. Congrats on 9K. Thank you! I mean, we hit that during my birthday, experience. I think right when part 2 started, we had hit it. So, that was pretty sick. Yeah, we did it. Yippee! We're actually kind of close to 9.1 now. But we are on the road to 10K. Soon. I am doing my best to keep up with, Kaya and Ron. Because Ron just hit 10K recently. I saw that during my break. I, like, broke my, semi-Twitter silence to be like, let's go. Because I was so excited for her. But yeah, it is now my turn to push for 10K. I am manifesting. I will work hard. Is all I can do. I'll work hard. You know, being back on the grind will probably help a decent amount. I think she wants to drink 10 liters of boba to celebrate. I should get boba during her celebration so that I can have boba with my wife. So true. I should get boba. Hopefully your next cover gives you a push too. Hopefully. It's a little bit more of a niche song, so I'm not sure if it will push into the algorithm, but maybe because it's being uploaded on Valentine's Day, the algorithm will be nice to me. Do you believe in magic rituals and stuff? I do. I'm actually, like, really into the, like, the occult and, like, the supernatural type of stuff. I think that kind of thing is neat, and also, I believe in it. Instead, just fill the entire cup with lychee jelly? Why? Why would you do that? Maybe you should perform one to please the YouTube algorithm gods? Perhaps. That might be smart. I will consider it. But yeah, I guess on the topic. There will be another cover on Valentine's Day, which is Wednesday in the Onigashima time zone. I have to check my own schedule. I don't remember. It's done. I just haven't put up the, like, waiting room and stuff yet. Because I am busy all the time, and my brain is made of 3 rocks, as I said, that are rattling together on a regular basis. Just going clang, 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 and hoping for the best. Okay, yes. Wednesday. Yippee! Is that your 4th cover now? 3rd. 3rd solo cover. Yeah. Just realized it's been 3 months since debut. We're coming up on 4 months, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be 4 months very, very soon. Yippee! I like how everyone's like, another one! Yay! More Yuno content! Whoopee! Can you have a hint what the song is? It's ballad. It's more of a pop ballad this time. I personally think that Unlasting has that kind of, like, power ballad feel. This one's more like pop ballad-y. Like J-pop ballad, because it's another Japanese cover. It's like J-pop ballad-y. That is your hint. That is the genre. My strength is ballads, so, like, most of the time, if I produce solo covers, they're probably going to be ballads or, like, ballad adjacent, but, I don't know, there will probably be other types of songs sprinkled in eventually, but my brain just kinda eats ballads. Ballads just suit me really well, so that tends to be what I pick when it comes to picking my own, covers and stuff. Panic at the Disco, I think, would be more power ballad. If we were going to give them a ballad genre. I've been listening to Unlasting a lot. Thank you! I really love how Unlasting turned out. I'm very proud of that one. I like the song that's going to be releasing this week, too. I like it quite a bit. I just think that, Unlasting turned out really, really well. But hopefully you like the next song, too, as well. That is a hope. I am looking forward to, it releasing. Welcome back from vacation. Thank you! I mean, I've been lurking. I've been in the shadows. I like, forced my hand away from most of my work-related activities. I say most, because for some reason, I think I'm allowed to talk about this as long as I'm not specific. I say most, because for some reason, management kept having to, like, at me on Slack for things. And every time I was just like, guys, I'm on break! You should know this! I'm on break! So I had to do so much freaking, well, not a lot of work, but, like, there are so many times where I had to, like, open my Slack, because, like, even if you turn it on, like, the sleep mode, which is what I did to, like, turn off, or, like, pause most notifications, I would still see the little red number that said that I had messages, or, like, pings. So every time, I was just like, oh, that must be important, because I did say I would answer messages if they were important. And so I looked, and it would be like, hi, and I'd be like, oh, I mean, that's not as important as I thought it was gonna be. But I guess it's still fairly important, so I will take care of it, but also, man, I'm on break! Sobbing and crying as I do what I need to do for management. I've been listening to Unlasting just about every day since release. Aw, that makes me so happy. I do really like it. I can feel the passion in your voice right now. The thinly veiled management, please. You know, I said before my break that management had been the ones who were, like, most excited for me to take a break because of how hard I've been working, and yet... No, it's okay. I don't mean anything negative. I thought it was funny. I was just like, oh man. I see how it is. It felt like they just needed a lot of things, like while I was intended to be on break.
$1 a day keeps the management away.
I mean, allegedly. Management. Yeah, no, that's about right. But no, really, it's okay. These things happen, and I did say that I would answer messages as I needed to for, like, important stuff. So, in the end, it's not a big deal. It was just a minor funny thing. So, yeah. I did, like, for the most part, stay away from my work applications, though. So that part was okay. That part I did fine. It's just that this also happened to be a week where some, like, things were going on. I actually talked to, both Kaya and Ron during break as well, because they had to keep me updated on something. So, they were, like, giving me updates on certain things that were going on, and I was like, thanks, guys. Because it was, like, the first time that I had to be one of the ones to, like, miss it, so... Usually I am the one that, like, summarizes things for the others, but this time it was me, so it was kind of nice to get the "here's what you missed" treatment. Thank you for the super chat! Thank you. Take that, management. Did Kaya actually write notes this time? Yeah, fairly, I would say so. They were pretty good notes. Yeah. But that was fun. It was nice to get the, I guess, like, the spark notes, the cliff notes. Why are you so cute? Donated $5 and said, why are you so cute? I see. Thank you for the $5. I don't know how to answer the question, though. 84. Have I been counting the other super chats? I don't think I have. I'm gonna have to go back. Probably. You're going to just leave the man hanging? I'm not trying to! But I don't know how to answer! It's clearly the 10-inch heels. No! Also, they're not heels. They are Geta. Heels are different. Heels have more of a, like, slope shape to them. These are still a flat shoe. They are just... They're like... It's like a platform shoe. If you're going to liken it to a more Western type of shoe. It's a platform shoe. No, it's not what I'm saying! Geta! Please. Aren't they stilts? No! Reina will try to say otherwise, but they're not stilts. They're just platform shoes. That's all. Those things are straight up lifts. No! They are not lifts. They are nice shoes. They are just nice, simple shoes that happen to be kind of tall. They're just simple shoes. I don't see what the big deal is. Why do you care so much about my shoes? That's silly. What do you mean finally admits? I've been honest about the shoes for a while. Better shoes than feet. You're so right. Arguably correct. Geta, more like Geta stool. Oh no, I like that. See, that's a good one. That's a good short joke. I like that one. That one was great. I liked that. 10 out of 10. Man. Best joke of the stream, that's true. You hear that? You get the Internet Funny Man Award for the day. Congratulations. That's gonna be living in my brain for a while, I think. God, you guys are so mean to me, but it's also so funny at the same time. Everybody is so mean to me. But yeah, what else did I do during my break? I mean, I played a lot of Star Rail because the 2.0 update came out. What else did I do? Then like, not long after the update, I had to, like, focus on box stuff. So, I feel like a lot of my break just kind of disappeared because so much of it was focused on the box stuff. Did you like the story of Pinakoni? I did! I actually found it to be really interesting. I like stories like this. I think it's okay to talk about, like, the premise of it, but Pinakoni's whole thing is that you're invited to this grand banquet, and then, like, a murder mystery, or, like, a... It's meant to be, like... It feels kind of like escape room vibes, and then it also becomes, like, murder mystery. And that part of it I thought was really cool. Really mad at the cliffhanger, but what else are we... How else are you supposed to experience a murder mystery type storyline without there being a massive cliffhanger, right? So... No, I do really like it. The concept of it is very interesting. There's so much about, like... I guess because it's the world that's, like, managed by the Harmony, but there's all of this stuff about, like, keeping everything in balance and, like, keeping your emotions in check. So there's a lot of, like, emotional control and, like, emotional manipulation and things like that, which is really fascinating. Like, having that be one of the core mechanics of this world is really interesting to me, but I guess it makes sense because, like, in dreams you have to have some form of emotional regulation, and that kind of influences the type of dream that you have, but, like, that part of it's really cool. I like it. I wanted to punch Sparkle so bad because it made me like Sampo. Sampo! So, I mean, that's fair. I like Sparkle. I noticed that, like, I mean, I feel like the thing about social media these days is that it will often show you the more negative opinions than the positive ones. But I saw a lot of negative opinions about Sparkle, but I think that Sparkle is a very fascinating character. I kind of like that she's a little gremlin. Well, like, little gremlin, but, like, parentheses, actual gremlin. Because she's actually, like, I feel like she's evil. Like, she's genuinely kind of evil and, like, borderline cruel to a lot of the characters, and I think that that's a nice change from the usual types of, slimy characters that we have met so far. Like, I feel like she's actually going to give me the ick, and I'm kind of here for it, because we've been needing a character to be actually antagonistic for a while. I had this complaint a while back with a Idol series that I really like, Idol 7. But there's this thing where whenever you have a character who's, like, an antagonist, you very rarely get to see them, like, stay an antagonist. Like, you don't really get to see them be evil just to be evil. Because, like, most of the time, if, like, a rival idol group is going to be introduced, they are probably going to end up friends with the main idol group at some point. Like, they're very rarely going to be... They're very rarely going to stay evil. Like, there's going to be a point where, like, some sort of redemption happens, or the story is going to be like, but actually, they're just misunderstood. The reason that they make such edgy music is because they themselves are going through emotional turmoil. And then they end up becoming, like, close friends with the main group, and then they become scoutable because it's a gacha game. So, like, whatever. But what I wanted to say is that, at least when it comes to Starvale, I think that, Sparkle is one of the first examples of someone who's, like, going to be actually, like, a really bad person. Like, she's not good. Like, she's not a nice person at all. And I think that that's kind of great. Also, yes, I do agree. I think Aventurine has potential to be a lot worse, too. But a lot of people in the story are more on Aventurine's side than Sparkle's. I don't think literally anyone is on Sparkle's side. At least not, like, genuinely. I think people are only on her side to, like, use her for something, and then they're just gonna dump her, because no one wants to stay near her for that long. Because she's kinda cringe. And it's not always in the cringe but based way, you know? Like, sometimes it's just, like, raw, unfiltered, like, negative cringe. Like, evil are just antagonists. Yeah, I guess there is a difference between, like, having an antagonist and a character who's just, like, truly, truly evil. But I think that, like, both can kind of go hand in hand. I think just having someone be an antagonist doesn't necessarily mean that they are a villain. But I do think there should be more characters who are, like, legitimately evil. Because sometimes it's more fun to just have a villain who is simply a villain and doesn't need to be redeemed. That said, it is kind of nice when a villain has a reason for why they are a villain. I just wish that there wasn't this, like, urge to make every character some form of redeemable. Like, it's okay. They can just be bad. You don't have to redeem them. I want to trust Black Swan so badly. She's playing all of the fields. But to be fair, so are the Express crew. Like, it's literally been said by Himeko that we are just kind of playing all fields until we can figure out which side we want to be on. So, I guess in that end we are similar to Black Swan, but I think Black Swan is more willing to curry favor with the villains. Kind of nice to see an actual evil character, tired of seeing evil characters who are not really evil. And not just that, but, like, it's nice to see characters who can, like, act evil. It's one thing to have them do, like, evil deeds, but sometimes they will still be, like, a nice person who just does evil stuff. It's nice to see a character who is, like, not afraid to be a jerk. Like, the thing about Sparkle is that she is straight up mean. One of the tweets that I saw get pushed to me on social media was, like, the Chinese translation for one of those interactions that she has with Aventurine, where she says something really freaking awful. And, like, 1, savage. 2, they softened it really hard in the English version. The English version was like, oh, I don't think we want to say that. So they, like, changed it to something that was way more ambiguous, which is so lame. Cowards. I'm a sucker for antagonist redemption stories, but evil for the sake of evil characters are fun too. Okay, but, like, when you say redemption of an antagonist, are you one of those people that's like, you like when a character gets redeemed right when they're, like, dying? Because I hate those. I think if an antagonist is given time to actually, like, live through the consequences of their actions, I like that a lot better. But most of the time when I see an antagonist get redeemed or whatever, it just ends up being because they're, like, dying, and then they're like, oh, but actually I was a good person all along, and then they die. Like, what's the point? Why do you have to have that realization, like, once you die? Especially when they reveal, like, plot stuff about them, like, as they are dying, that's like, oh, you killed this person, but they actually could have been redeemable, but they're dead now. Like, that's so silly. got an example of it. I think the main example I'm thinking of right now is, I want to say Signora? I think that was her name in Genshin. Because, like, she was awful. Like, we were supposed to see her as, like, a form of Big Bad, and then they redeem her, quote-unquote, at the last possible second, like, during the scene where she gets killed. Sorry, Genshin spoiler, I guess. But that was from, like, an older, way older patch. Get over it. But that made me so mad. Because they were building her up to be, like, evil. And then they pulled that with her. And I was like, huh. You expect me to feel bad that she's dead now? Because I don't. Yeah, it didn't work for me either. That's one of the main examples I think of, and that's kind of what made me realize how much I didn't like the trope. I was gonna play all of Genshin tomorrow. On a Monday? Yeah, right. It's like, why am I supposed to be sad for them? No, literally, though, I get it. I just think it could be done better, and I also just don't think there's a point in trying to make you feel pity for a character that's, like, dying, you know? Unless, of course, they are going to pull the thing where the character, like, comes back later. But even then, I'm just like, what's the point of this? I don't get it. At least if you're going to do it, try to do it better. That example was one that I really didn't like. I am glad, knocking desperately on wood so that Hoyoverse doesn't change their minds, but I am glad that Star Rail hasn't really done that so far. Granted, we haven't really had any characters that are, like, truly evil, and we also really haven't experienced that much death of characters. So, I guess we've just kind of avoided it by sake of the fact that nobody has had to perish yet. But so far, we have managed to avoid that experience, which has been nice. But we also don't really have that many characters who have been, like, genuinely evil. So it'll be nice to see that change eventually. Scaramouche you could consider another case, but not really since he was just a stray cat. See, I think Scaramouche is one of those examples of, like, a character who was, like, turned evil by circumstances, but was probably never really, like, that evil. And then, you know, Scaramouche makes some choices that allow him to kind of, like, move past that, I think. And I think they do that in a way that makes sense for him. Although that's how I found out some very, like, wild things about the Genshin story that I just don't... my brain had to, like, really sit there and think about it for a while. Because I don't actively play Genshin. I used to. I played it when it came out, and I played up until, like, the first, 1 or 2 Liyue updates. But then I, like, fell off hard, and then I didn't really continue. But I've, like, read up on the story, and I kind of keep up with, like, new characters that release and things like that, in the event that I ever have to go back. But I'm also, like, a child apologist. I've said this before. I love Child. I love that he keeps appearing in stories where he really doesn't have to be there. Like, why were you even in Fontaine, bro? What kind of weird coincidence? He's just so funny. I love him. That's my boy. Gacha stinky. Gacha smelly. No good. That's true. I mean, I can't deny that gacha are stinky, but sometimes a good story will outweigh my side-eyeing of a gacha. I didn't really spend money on Genshin or Star Rail. I think I only did, like, once or twice, and then I kind of was like, eh. That didn't feel worth it. I feel like it's more worth it for Star Rail, just because I'm more intrigued by Star Rail's story than I ever was with Genshin's. I don't know what it is, but, like, Star Rail's story is really good. So I'm a bit more willing to, like, you know, fork over my money if I really want a character. But generally, I am pretty good at resisting the gacha side of things, or I'm just really good at saving up my currency by playing. Been playing Genshin since release, 0 money spent, really like the latest story updates. I am happy for you. I'm glad you are enjoying the game. I do think it's a lot easier than people say it is to avoid, paying money for gacha. There are a handful of gacha settings and stories that I wish could escape gacha hell. I am glad that Grand Blue is finally managing to get some stuff like that. Yeah, I really liked Grand Blue. Although I think that Grand Blue, for being a gacha game, is one of the most generous gacha games, like, ever. It is so good at handing out free pulls just for, like, literally nothing. And then, like, you know, you can still earn the currency and stuff, too. But I feel like Grand Blue is really good at just, like, handing out nice stuff to their player base. They are very good at rewarding their player base when it comes to playing. And then, like, I do agree that they are starting to branch out into other things, too, which has been really cool. I want to play Relink so bad. I want to play Relink! I don't have it yet, but I want it! I want to play it. It looks fun. It's very easy. The method is to not have any money. So true. I had a period of time where I had literally no money, so I didn't pull in gachas for, like, over a year. Maybe even almost 2 years. I didn't really pull in any gacha because I had literally no money. And while it was hard, especially when certain characters came out that were, like, really good, but that's why I got really good at saving my in-game currency. Just got really good at saving. Genshin has a very particular way of storytelling that not a lot of people are a fan of. There are literally side quests that are so good and people don't look at those. I agree. I'm like that with Star Rail too. I think the side quests in Star Rail have been really good. But so many people will just, like, skip the text. And I'm just like, no, stop. There's so much good story back there. I've had to drop all of my gacha and stick to Genshin because I couldn't keep up with all of the summer events firing off at once. You know what? Fair. Some people just can't juggle multiple events, and that makes sense. I do not know. There was a period of my life where I was, like, hardcore juggling events in gacha games. Not just, like, juggling events, but, like, tiering in events. What kind of crazy person? This is when I was still in school, so I guess that's why, because I had, like, a little bit less obligations. But, like, I was playing, like, 4 or 5 gacha games all at the same time, and I was juggling all of their events, and I was tiering in some of them. Granted, this was when I was mostly playing, like, rhythm games, and so rhythm game tiering is a little bit easier, but, like, man, I do not know how I was doing that. I'd probably like MiHoYo's games a lot if they had, a different monetization model, but I think I'm at the point where I don't want to engage with gacha games at all. You know what? That's fair, and that's very healthy, and I love that for you. Genuinely, I do love that for you. But unfortunately, I feel like more games are kind of going the route of, like, if not gacha, they're going the route of making, like, microtransactions kind of necessary. Which is very much a bummer. So I'm kind of willing to, like, suck up the gacha side of things if it means that I can still enjoy a good story. To what end, Sif? I did tier in Sif. EN Sif. Never JP. JP was too sweaty for me. I would tier in EN Sif. I also would try to tier in OnStars. OG OnStars. OnStars single exclamation point. Not double, single. But that was another time I would try to actively tier. I think I've told this story on stream before, but there was a Trickstar event that I wanted to tier for so badly. And it was also during my, finals. No, not finals. I think it was midterms. It was during my midterms, and I was literally, like, staying up to tier and not study. Luckily, I didn't really have to study for a lot of my midterms. Most of it was, like, papers. But I was so obsessed with trying to tier. Literally every break between classes, I was doing my best to, like, grind out and, like, stay in rank. And I did dump a few dollars to try and stay in rank. Don't recommend. And I remember the last day of the event, like the last few hours, I slipped up my rotation, and it caused me to get kicked out of the tier, and I couldn't fix it because I got knocked down. And I was devastated. I felt terrible. That sucked. And I think that was when I stopped being sweaty about tiering. It did not feel good. Because, like, the thing about OnStar's events back then with, like, OnStar single exclamation point was that those events were, like, almost 2 weeks long. I think they were, like, 11 days. So I spent, like, 11 days of my life slaving over this gacha game for a JPEG. That was kind of when I realized that I was doing all of this for a JPEG, and as much as it was a cute JPEG, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for a JPEG. At least with the new OnStars game that came out, it's like a rhythm game, and it has like an MV system, so you can watch MVs and like put the boys in pretty costumes and all of that stuff. That feels more worth it to tier for. Don't do that shit for a JPEG. Love yourself. Love yourself more than you love the JPEG of the anime man, okay? Or the anime girl, if we're talking about Love Live. Because like, OG Love Live, OG Sif was, like, the same thing. Where you're basically just doing that for a JPEG. That was one of the reasons why I loved School Idol Festival All-Stars, because at least with Sif Ass, like, there was an MV and there were outfits, and like if you tiered for a card, you could get the card for the outfit, and then you could have the girl in pretty dress and hairstyle for MV. That was nice. Same with Million Live Theater Stage. I didn't really tier in that one as much, but it also wasn't as hard because I would usually just go for the tier that had the costume card and be done. But tiering for that was also pretty rewarding because then you could get another outfit that you could put on a girl and watch her dance in pretty MV. But, like, I did all of that for Ensemble Stars, which was just for a JPEG. Besties, why did I do that for a JPEG? Terrible. Real quick, can we talk about Sif 2 EN getting its launch and end of service announcement in the same tweet? Actually crazy. I lost my mind. I thought that I was having a stroke. I thought that I was having, like, some sort of weird out-of-body experience. I was literally sitting there like, what? Really? That is the most baffling localization decision I have ever seen in my life. How could you even... How? Why? Why would you do that to the fans? That's messed up! Also, I've been hanging on to my code from All-Stars because I wanted to see what it would get me in Sif 2 for the fact that it's only going to be here for 3 months. What am I supposed to do with that now? Like, I literally ported my information from All-Stars so that I could be ready to start Sif 2 with, like, a little bit of an advantage because of all of the, like, time and money that I sank into All-Stars. I sank a lot of time and money into All-Stars. I kept buying costume packs. Please don't look at me. Don't... At least, like I said, at least I had a reward because I could see the costumes in the MVs, okay? It's fine. Anyway, I freaking dumped a ton of money into All-Stars. And then, like, Sif 2 wasn't even that much of an upgrade for the original Sif. And then also, now I don't even get to, like, reap the benefits because the game's only gonna be here for, like, less time now even, because I think it's actually already released. So, like, under 3 months. I haven't even downloaded it. I'm just like, what? How could you do that to me? You know, some poor soul's going to wail not knowing any better. Honestly, if they were going to do it like this, they should have just given us the game, but then taken out the shop. I think they should have just, like, not had the shop available. Because usually when a gacha game is announced to shut down, they're like, we're gonna close the shop, like, a couple weeks before the game ends, so you don't give us any extra money. They should have just given us the game without the shop enabled. And then it should have just been, like, purely, like, a award-focused game. But money? That's the crazy thing. People are still going to pay money for it because it's there. And that's insane to me. That was at least something that I was kind of, like... In the moment, I was really sad about it, but I think it was for the better. Like, when they announced that All-Stars was going to shut down, literally, like, the next day, the shop was gone. Like, they got rid of that shop so fast so that people wouldn't keep giving them money. Which was actually kind of a bummer for me, because I had wanted to buy some of the remaining costume sets. But they took it away so fast. Man. But no, I just... That decision with Sif 2 is insane. But that just goes to show that they don't have faith that the game is going to last very long, I think. I don't know what it's like in the JP scene right now for Sif 2, but... Sif 2, when I played it... Because I played on the JP server first to see what it was going to be like, and, like, prepare for the transfer on EN. But, like... Ew. Ew. I didn't really care for it. I didn't think it was very good. I think it could have been a lot better. JP server is also shutting down. Oh! I didn't know that! No, that's insane, actually. Why would you even bother releasing the EN server if JP is also going to shut down? What? That's crazy. I didn't know that Sif 2 was shutting down. They really flopped. They talked up Sif 2 for ages, and then it just ended up not being that good. And yes, it was that bad. The rhythm game was meh. It didn't have 3D MVs, which was so lame because I gave up All-Stars to go back to having no 3D dancing girls. And then, like... I didn't really like it. I didn't think the story was that interesting. It was like, you are basically the same as Takasaki Yu from All-Stars, but now you get to support whatever unit you want. But you could also choose to support Nijigasaki, which I did. I chose Nijigasaki, and it was just like, wow, now Yu-chan gets to have some support. And Yu-chan was like, yay, friend! Which was kind of cute, but like... What is the point of that? They should have not given Nijigasaki as an option because they already had you. That was a strange decision. Like, the only benefit of it was that you had access to, like, every song. That was, like, the only benefit of Sif 2, is that you could play every song, like, out the gate. Yeah, literally all they had to do was just remake All-Stars, but just make it, like, more Sif style. I agree. I really think that they flopped. Sif 2 felt like they rushed it out when Sif Ass didn't actually catch on as a real successor. I really think that people slept on Sif Ass, though. Sif Ass actually had, like, a really fun playstyle, and because it didn't really focus on the rhythm game mechanics, and it was more of, like, more strategy-based, that made it a lot of fun. Granted, you had to, like, really, like, hunker down and learn the meta in order to enjoy that game, but I did do that, and that's why I enjoyed it, so maybe I am a minority here. But I think that, like, All-Stars had, like, a really good... It had a good foundation as it was. I just think that maybe they didn't put as much resources into it as they should have, so then they tried to, like, double down on Sif 2. But then Sif 2 just was not worth it. They thought that they needed it to stay the same as Sif 1, I think. Because, like, Sif 1 had been pretty successful for a long time. But, like, if you're going to go through with the whole, like, we are refreshing this for a newer audience, try harder. The playstyle of Sif Ass was kind of hard. It was fun and also a big fight seeing how they drain your life in a second and you went ham trying to recover. Well, see, that's why you have to have strategies where you have more defenders. Like, where you have to use things like shields rather than HP healing. Or, like, you have to have a team where it's, like, focused on skill activation. So that your skills activate quickly enough that you can handle the big blows. and then you have your team that's focused on attacking so that you can make sure that you get big scores. Anyway, I'm not getting into the Sif-ass meta. I'm gonna get sad. I invested a lot of time in that. I love Sif-ass, but it definitely alienated a lot of people by not being a real rhythm game. I do... Yeah, that's fair. I understand that people who would get into it because they liked rhythm games were probably disappointed it was less rhythm game. Because I know I felt that way at first, but I very quickly warmed up to the strategy of the meta after a while. Although I do think they just kind of turned it into like, frick you, this is just gonna be a really hard song. If you don't have all max level limit break fest cards, you're not gonna be able to beat this. Like, that part of it sucked. I wish that they had kind of like made the difficulty curve a little bit of like a slower incline. I think especially near the end, because they knew that the service was going to be ending, they just kind of made them all like extremely hard for no reason. And like basically impossible to play if you were either free to play and like only stuck with the event cards, or if you only pulled occasionally. Like, you needed like whole parties of all fest cards if you wanted to survive some of those songs. And even then, because then they started introducing the party cards, which had skills that were even more desirable for those big FU songs. It's... man. It definitely had its faults, but I really liked it. I really liked it. But aside from the gameplay, the rest of Sif-ass was wonderful. I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah, I feel like it really wouldn't have been that hard to just like take all of the good things about All-Stars and then plug it into Sif 2, but Sif 2 was just like moving PNG central. And even then, like the slightly animated 5-star or whatever, or like UR cards, like they were pretty, but they were definitely not worth the amount of work you would have to do to get them, which was so lame. But no, I gave up on Sif 2 pretty fast when I was playing on JP, and I was always wondering when it was going to come out for EN. But, you know, now I am aware of the fact that the 3-month duration is because it's already over in JP. I wonder if they're even going to try to make another Love Live mobile game after this. They must have not been anticipating how hard Sif 2 was going to flop. Which is really sad. Because I liked original Sif to an extent. I was really looking forward to the fact that it was going to be getting an upgrade. There is Link like Love Live, but I doubt that will ever get localized. I also don't think it's gonna get localized. But those girls are cute. It's probably not gonna get localized, though. At least as a game. Time to keep playing Bandori and Project Sekai. I'm impressed that Bandori is still going. It's another one of those, like, OG games that has really managed to, like, cement itself quite well. I played Bandori, like, for a while when it first released in EN. Then I stopped, and then I think I came back for one of the Afterglow events, and then I stopped again. But, like, I liked it. It was pretty okay. It's weird because the Love Live anime does well. There's a new season 3, but the game side has just been lackluster. I agree. I kind of wanted... This is just, like, my hope because I am an IMASP through and through. But after Love Live started doing a lot of those collaborations with Idolmaster, I was kind of hoping that maybe one day we would see, like, a Idolmaster-style Love Live game. Where, like, you could go on the angle whether you're playing as, like, Takasaki Yu, or whether you're playing as, like, a new main character who has a similar role to, Yu-chan. I think it would be pretty sick if you could, like, make units out of all of the existing Love Live girls. And, like, give them songs. Like, IMAS style. Where, like, everybody has sung every song, but then you can, like, make your own units to produce. And you, like, manage, like, a crossover unit. or something for like a promotional event or whatever. Anyway, it makes sense in my head. Because that's what they do with like newer Idolmaster games. Instead of just choosing like one unit to be your main, you just manage everybody. You have a few core girls you focus on, but like you can manage everybody at once and you can make a bunch of different units. And I think that you could do something like that with Love Live, especially because there are so many girls now. I think it would be possible. And I think that would be pretty cool. But, you know, apparently they don't like creativity because they're just like, what if we just spice up the PNGs? So what do I know, I guess? Meanwhile, I'm just here playing Review Starlight, which has somehow stayed alive since 2019. Oh, the mobile game is still going? That's pretty sick. Because I never watched the anime for review, I never tried the game. Game seemed pretty okay, though. To be fair, with them, spicing up PNGs usually does the trick. Okay, but like, that did not save them this time. They have to realize that spicing up PNGs is not always going to work. Especially after they gave us the treat that was All-Stars. I really wish we had like an archived version of All-Stars so that I could look at all my pretty girls and all their pretty costumes. I had so many nice costumes. Ugh. I also just think I would have liked it because it would have allowed me to like look at Tomohiri's performances as Setsuna, so I could hear her versions of the songs. Because we don't really get that anymore now that she's been replaced by the new girl. I mean, new girl is still really great, but I miss the Tomohiri Setsuna so much. I want to hear her interpretation again. Hey, you're an all-star. To be honest, Civ 2 card quality weren't half as good as Civ-ass cards. I agree! Finally, somebody who agrees with me. I really think that the Civ-ass cards went hard. Like, I understand why people liked Civ 2s as well, because it was closer to... It was better... I don't know how to talk. It was more faithful to, like, all of the different art styles, because, you know, they had, like, a different artist for Superstar. So, like, that artist was really good at, like, being faithful to the Superstar art style. And then, like, we had the original artist for, like, the other girls. But, I don't feel like the art was as good. They really tried with, like, lighting and, like, slightly different angles and stuff, but I don't think they really went as hard as they could have. But I think a lot of the reason why they went hard in All-Stars is because they knew those outfits were going to become costumes for, like, the 3D models. So we got a lot of really nice-looking outfits. They didn't do an archive of Sif-Ass because they wanted to use those MVs for that metaverse stuff. Yuck. Sorry, I don't really like metaverse stuff. Ick! Yuck! But no, they really should have archived it. Give me my MV archive. I miss it so much. Civ 2 art style direction was good, but you can tell how they were holding back. You can tell with the Muse cards. I mean, they really couldn't give that much attention to the Muse cards. I feel like a lot of the girls in Muse were just kind of ready to move on. We have to let them go eventually. We have to let them go. Metaverse is even more dead than Civ 2. We're not getting into it. But no, I don't really care for metaverse stuff. Anyway, point is, ball dropped hard with Love Live games. I want to believe that they will be able to come back from it and maybe find a new type of game to focus on, but, you know, if they want to give me All-Stars back, that'd be fine. Just bring back All-Stars. You could do what Ensemble Stars did, going back to On-Stars, but, like, Because, like, OnStars has its OG version, single exclamation point, and then Ensemble Stars music is, like, double exclamation point, you know? They have both games running at the same time. So there's one game that's more music-focused, and then they have the other game that's, like, the traditional, like, tappy-tap, like, not resource management, but, like, tappy-tap, turn-based, I don't want to say turn-based strategy either. How would you classify OG OnStars? I don't know. But they have both games running at the same time. I personally think that Love Live has enough money that you could do both. You could have both the strategy game version of All Stars, and then you could have like a more rhythm game version of All Stars. Imagine they made an RPG like the Yohane games instead. The Yohane games, I have heard good things about. I haven't gotten the chance to play them. Would like to. But I have heard good things about them, and I do think that Yohane deserves to have JRPGs. She is also the gamer, on top of being the, like, Chunibyo dork. So, I'm glad that she got games that were, like, focused on her in that way. You can do both actually having two gameplays and events. That's what I'm saying, but what I also mean is, like, two different apps. Like, you could because that's what OnStars is doing. They have two different apps. One that's for the original game, and then one that's specifically the music version of the game. So, like, I do know that it's possible. But I think that that would be the best way to make people happy, because then if you played the rhythm game version, you wouldn't have to worry about the strategy. And then people who played the strategy version could have dumbed down beat maps. I think that would work. It could. Are they gonna do it? No. I want to manage Racehorse Girls, but they won't localize it. That's true. I also have a friend who's like super into Uma Musume. They too really want that game to be localized. I've had to help them translate skills occasionally so they can understand what they're doing. I know there are, like, resources that try to provide the Uma Musume information in English, but... Someday. Thoughts on Uma Musume? It's intriguing. That same friend that really likes the game was talking about showing me the anime during my break, but because I ran out of time... due to things going on, I never got around to sit and watch it with them, which is a bummer, but I have been meaning to watch it, basically. A Yohane-style game for Nijigasaki based on the Setsuna light novel would be a dream come true. So true. I mean, hey, the Yohane the Parhelion series kind of started as an April Fool's that ended up being legitimate. Maybe they'll pull something like that with Setsuna stuff. Maybe. We don't know. Would be nice. Because I really do love Setsuna still. She was my original Nijigasaki Oshi, but the voice change made me, like, quite sad, so I haven't been able to love her the same way since. But then also Mia came out, and Mia ended up being, like, everything that I like in idol characters, so I was like, dang it. I think I am switching. I think I am pulling an Oshi-hen. I love Mia so much, but I am still a filthy DD in my heart. Being a DD is so fun, though. It means I get to love and support everyone's traits, you know? Welcome back, oh sleeping Oni. I mean, I was sleeping very much. It was like, for the first few days of vacation, I was hibernating. And then I stopped hibernating. And I am back to getting basically no sleep. Whoopee! Remember the April Fool's Sunshine Puppet Show? I do, and that was so funny. More of that, please. Being a DD in Love Live is very funny. I was an Nichigasaki DD, proud one. That is very valid. I'm also... Yeah. I think Nichigasaki is one of the best places to be a DD. Takasaki U is literally the ideal form of a DD, where not only does she get to support every single girl at the same time, but they also all adore her. Goals. I've explained what a DD is before, but I guess because you still don't know. DD stands for Daredemo Daisuki, where basically, you don't have a favorite in, like, a group. You just love all of them equally. So you don't really say things like Kami-oshi or Oshi, at least not that often. You can still have an Oshi if you are a DD, but you very rarely have a Kami-oshi. But basically, it just means that you're supporting everyone in a group equally. You're, like, more a fan of the group itself rather than an individual member. So your sleeping schedule is still messed up. Let's go for that 48-hour endurance. No! Not anytime soon! Maybe eventually. But, like, right now it's because I'm just busy. How was your birthday last week? Was it fun? Yeah, my birthday was fun. I enjoyed it. Didn't know that? Well, I am glad to inform. But yeah, that's what a DD is. I am like that with most series that I am into. I will, like, say that I have a favorite. If you, like, twist my arm and force me to choose one as a favorite, then I will say it. But, for the most part, I am a DD. No, you know you need sleep. I know I do. I can't right now. Things are kind of crazy. I mean, all things considered, I am going to bed quite early these days. But, like, I have to get up really early for things that I have to do around the box. Especially if I want to have time to stream, now that I'm back to streaming. I have to get up really early so that I can get a lot of stuff done during the day, and then I can still prep for stream in the afternoons. So that's why I am busy. So, like, I'm going to bed early. Whether or not I'm getting good quality of sleep is debatable, but I'm doing my best. I'm making it work. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Busy Yuno is busy, indeed. So it'll be very hard for me to do anything like a 24 or 48-hour endurance anytime soon. I gotta handle some stuff here first. I'm hoping that once I can secure enough box funds and I can actually get a new box, that it'll be easier to do things like endurance streams. But, yeah. For now, I think some of the endurance streams are going to be put on hold while I handle what I need to handle. I gotta be a responsible Oni, you know? As much as I love you guys, I gotta make sure that I take care of things first before I go all in, as it were. Are you going to eat the chocolate next to you? I have eaten one chocolate. I'm not sure if I want to eat another chocolate, because it is also close to dinner time. So maybe I should not spoil my appetite. You know, streaming inside a shipping box. I stream from the back of the moving truck as I'm transferring boxes. It's like the start of Gen 3 Pokemon, where it starts with me in the moving box. Moving truck. Sorry. It's just going, hey guys, oh Hanaki. What a stream, honestly. Always gotta take care of numero uno. You're so right. Big fan of that. But yeah, no, I am trying to make sure I get sleep. I'm doing my best. This week is where it's going to be its most crazy, but it'll be okay. I'm doing my best. I always wondered why her mom was like, yeah, get inside the back with the boxes. I think they say in that opening thing that, like, it was the main character that wanted to ride with the boxes. That was the main character's desire. And Mom was just like, did you enjoy it? Did you like it? And you get to just be like, yeah. And you know, there's something kind of fun about sitting back there with the boxes. Don't you find it fun to like sit in like the back trunk of a car? There's something like, I don't want to say like forbidden, but there's just something kind of like funky about it. Especially when you're a kid. You're just like, oh, I'm not supposed to be back here. But then it's like a fun thing to do. Like, I know when I was younger, I liked riding in like the bed of trucks. Or not bed, that's not the word, but like the... Basically, one of my relatives had a pickup truck, and I would sit in the back of that. And like go on little rides and stuff. I loved that, that was fun. Yeah. So, like, I think that that's something that was a very common desire. Or, like, in the back of, like, vans or jeeps, where, like, you could put the back seats down, and then make the trunk a bit bigger, but then you would, like, sit in the trunk still. Yeah. Some of you have clearly never ridden in the flatbed of a pickup. Yes, you get me. You understand what I'm talking about. I don't think riding in a car's trunk is normal though, but like in the back of like, you know, the ones where like the trunk is one of those like the back of the car. I promise I'm normal. I don't mean like in like the closed trunks. The closed trunks are probably more dangerous, but you know, like when like the back of the car and like the back seats, and you fold the back seats and then you sit back there. And you're, like, technically not supposed to sit like that because you're probably supposed to sit in the seats, but you don't need the seats because you want to, like, spread out your blankets and pillows and stuff. Is that not normal? We did that kind of thing all the time when I was younger. Am I finding out that I wasn't normal? Aw, jeez. Flatbed truck, sure. Box truck, never. Okay, well, I've never ridden in the back of a box truck either. I've been inside of it, and I would try to, like, beg to be able to, like, ride in it. I was always told no. But no, there's something fun about sitting in, like, the way back of a car like that in, like, the trunk space. There were a number of, like, brief road trips that we would go on where we'd be sitting in the back like that. You know, sounds very portable. I feel like this is your way of making a short joke. But it's true. I don't take up a lot of space. I really don't. I am very good at making myself small. So, like, technically yes, but also... but also, please. It's normal for, like, station wagon cars and pickup trucks. The car I'm talking about wasn't a station wagon. I think it was, like, a Jeep. Or, like, a form of Jeep. I think? I don't know. I don't really know things about cars. I just know that the type of car in question had one of those, like the back seats could fold down to make more space for trunk. And then instead of just using the normal seats, we would just fold the seats down and we would just hang out with, like, blankets and pillows, and it would be like a mini fort in the back while driving. I mean, she fits in our pockets. I am your little pocket Oni. I will pop out occasionally and ask for a snack, but other than that, I will chill inside of the pocket. You give me a good book to read while I'm inside the pocket, and I'm good. I won't need anything else for, like, several hours. Although I will probably poke out and ask for a new book, because I will probably finish it in one go. Sounds not safe but fun. Well, I mean, this was back when I was younger, and as we know, I am an immortal Oni, so when I was younger, it translates to a while ago. Give Buno a book and she is happy. So true. Never forget. I always wanted books whenever we would go to, like, stores or anything. I never wanted candy. I would only ever ask for books. Baby Yuno was always like, no, book! Book! And if you ever need to understand my personality, just know that I will choose book above all else. Almost all else, I think. I might choose, like, a visual novel, video game these days. If the choice is between visual novel, video game, and book, I might choose the visual novel, depending. But I will also usually choose the book in every other circumstance. Instead, she asked for a book. Yeah, exactly. You could take me to see a marching band, and I'd be like, cool and all, but where's book? Actually, can I have a book instead? That's very Yuno core. Always been a nerd. Even when I was very, very tiny. Give Yuno a book on the marching band. There you go. That's how you keep me interested. That's how you do it. So true. Big stretch. Over to stretch. Oh, man. My shoulders, dude. Part of the stuff I'm doing around the box is a lot of, like, lifting and moving around. So I've been pretty active. I'm probably gonna get super buff after this. I'm sure of it. But for now, it means I am sore all the time. I am so sore. Make it a big one with no pictures. So true. I actually did get really sick of picture books very fast. I do like picture books, don't get me wrong, but especially when I was younger, I was like, give me the books with lots of words. I like books with lots of words. Reading big books. I was always reading, like, way above the recommended reading level. Way above. I think I was at, like, a 4th or 5th grade reading level when I was in, like, grade 1. So, if that says anything about my reading ability. Chapter books from a young age, I feel that. Chapter books are good. They stimulate the brain. I'm a very slow reader. Well, slow reader doesn't necessarily mean, like, bad reader. It just means that you take longer to read stuff. And that's not a bad thing. As long as you're still reading, even if it's slow. It sometimes takes me a while to get through books that I don't like reading. But I still do my best to finish them. So, like, even if it's a slow experience, I'm just like, as long as I finish it, that is okay. Like, normally I can put down a book that I'm interested in reading, like, within a day of starting it. But if it's a book I don't like, it takes way longer. That happened to me with, Son of the Witch, the sequel to Wicked. Like, it was an okay book, but it cared way too much about, fictional politics. Like, it was just... I don't know how else to explain it, but it focused on stuff that I was not particularly interested in. And it was also, like, POV switching a lot, and it would either be focusing on the main character, or it would be focusing on, like, the, like, third-person omniscient perspective, where, like, we were just getting told the, like, lore of these politics, and the whole time I was just like, I'm asleep. This is boring. Because it's just not something I like reading about personally. I'm all for world building. I love learning about, like, the world that a story is taking place in, and, like, kind of about, like, the politics, but this book focused way too much on the politics. And it made it so hard to finish reading. I think that one took me, like, 3 weeks, and the other books that I had gotten in that same set of books, I finished within, like, a day each. I think the next longest was only, like, 3 days, and that's because I had been pretty busy during that time, so I didn't really get to, like, spend a whole day binge reading. But other than that, I am a very efficient binge reader. And one of my other special skills, too, is that I actually remember what I read very well. I'm more likely to comprehend something if I read it versus if I, like, watch something or if I am only listening to something. I have good listening comprehension, and, like, same with, like, a basic understanding of watching something, but if I could read something, I feel like it sticks in my brain better. Difference between learning about the world of a story you already liked and a story that is just tons of world building to begin with. That's true. The thing is, though, this was a sequel book, so I am surprised that they chose to focus so much on the politic building. Because, like, we kind of already knew a lot of this stuff, but, like, certain things, I guess, did kind of decline in the time between the first and second book, but it was just kind of like, I don't know what's going on here. That part of it was a little bit weird and cringe, I suppose. But, like, I think it could have been better, but it was still an alright book. It started picking up near the end. Like, near the end, once it was more focused on, like, the... This is gonna sound silly, but once it got to, like, the relationship drama, more so than the politics, I was like, oh, I like this, and I was able to read those parts better. But, like, then it would switch back to the politics, and I'd be like, ugh, get me back to the relationship drama. I want to see the spice. But I'm always more compelled by character stories than I am by, like, third-person, like, narrative type, like, info dumps, I guess. I don't know how else to word it. I always like to see dynamics between characters more than I do anything else within a story. It comes through in my writing a lot as well. When I write my usual genre, which is, like, realistic fiction, I focus a lot on dynamics between characters more so than I do the environment that they're in, and this is always a weak spot because something they emphasized in a lot of my classes was establishing, like, the place that the characters are in so that people can, like, really get an understanding of the setting. But I don't care about that stuff, so it's very hard for me to focus on that in my writing because I would rather just talk about character dynamics. Talking head syndrome, you know, where it's just the two characters talking, but they're, like, in a blank void because of how little I focus on the scene. I think I've gotten better. It was definitely, like, worse in the beginning, but I have gone through several training arcs, and I've gotten a bit better at establishing place, but used to not be very good at it. But anyway, that book was very slow for me to read. And then I have 2 more books that I have to finish reading because they are in a trilogy, and I read the first one. Well, I read the first one a while ago. I might have to reread the first one, actually, just so I can, like, re-remember the context. But I have finished the first one, but I have to read the other 2 still. But I didn't really like the first one. I've talked about this before, but The Magicians, I read the first one after I had watched the show, and it's one of the rare situations where I feel like the show was way better than the book. Like, way better than the book. So it's kind of been hard to get through the books. I think the books are a lot drier compared to the show. Like, the books take themselves a lot more seriously. I think the show kind of made fun of itself a little bit more, or, like, gave in a little bit more to the whimsy, which I think really, like, lended itself very well to the show. And it's probably why I don't like the book as much, because it's so dry. But I am still going to finish the trilogy before making, like, a more solid opinion on it, because I think that that's fair. And I am usually an advocate for, like, books are better than their adaptations, usually. But I noticed that this was actually a very common opinion about The Magicians in particular, where a lot of people loved the show. And then, like, if they went back and read the books, they were like, eh. And I heard that the author was kind of, like, surprised by a lot of the directions that the show took, which is, I think, fair, considering what I have read of the first book. Comparing it to, like, the first season or two of The Magicians, it's definitely different. So it'll be interesting to see, like, how the trilogy actually, like, panned out, and then, like, do a comparison of that, I suppose. That's the first to show doing better than the source material. It is very rare. I don't think that it's, like... I don't want to say it, like, never happens, but I do think it's rare. Which was why I was very surprised I felt that way after just reading one book of the 3. I thought maybe it would have taken me reading all of the books to get that to feel that way, but man, I really did not like the first book. Hopefully 2 and 3 are better. Because I did really like the show. Show was good. But that's just where, like, I currently stand with it. Maybe once I finish the trilogy, I will think differently about how things happened in the show. I do think the show made some moves that were kind of wild, in my opinion. But, like, it also, like, worked really well for the show in question. So maybe that was, like, a good thing. I don't know. We will see. I have to finish reading the books. But I haven't really had the motivation to read them. Okay. Well, it is about that time. I have things I must do. As I have said, this week is pretty busy, so I am doing my best to make time for you guys because you also are important to me and you are an important part of my day. So I'm glad that I could be here even if it was only for a couple of hours. So tomorrow we have Onimon. As a reminder, actually, I will be taking marshmallows because it's going to be a Q&A type of stream. So I will share the link to my marshmallow page, but I will also probably use the Q&A feature of in YouTube chat as well, in case you guys don't send marshmallows. But send marshmallows, please. But yeah, send marshmallows for the Q&A. What kind of questions should we submit? Whatever you want, I guess. I'm not picky. It can be about whatever. It's not really a themed Q&A, it's just a Q&A. No theme. We ball. Did you check if the emote slot got unlocked from last time? It did not. We unlocked 17, but I already have 19 emotes. So we're going to have to go through a few more rounds of memberships before we can get the next emote slot, unfortunately. The downside of using the placeholders is that now it's really hard to keep count of like when we're going to unlock the next slots. But I counted, and I currently have 19 emotes, so we have to wait until it tells me that we're close to getting the 20th slot. Which might not be for a while. And that's okay. But yeah, there is no theme for the Q&A. It can just be like whatever. So feel free to just ask whatever you want. And that will be tomorrow's stream. I hope you will look forward to it. I'll probably be able to do a more prepared, like topic-focused Onimon next week, hopefully. I checked, and if you just hit slot 17, then that is 75 more memberships to unlock emote slot 20. Oh gosh, that's a lot of memberships, yeah. No pressure. No pressure. I think we're okay. But yeah, so it's going to be a Q&A tomorrow, and then, we're doing gaming stuff after that, I think, yeah. I think then it's Spiritfarer, because normally Spiritfarer would be today, but I wanted to just do a chatting stream and catch up. And then we have Grease Wednesday morning, and then the cover will release Wednesday evening for Valentine's. Then Symphonia, and then I'm off Friday, and then Saturday is the morning work stream. And the new time, which is 2 hours later. Not earlier. Not earlier, you know, use your brain. Later. It's 2 hours later than usual. Because times are different now. I hope you will look forward to everything that is coming this week. It's gonna be pretty chill. Is there gonna be an after party? No after party. I don't have time. I unfortunately do not have time. Wednesdays are kind of a busy day for me, but I wanted to make sure it would be released on Valentine's still. So no after party, but we can talk about it in the next stream that I do afterwards, like on Thursday. We can do a little bit of a chatting portion to talk about the cover, and then I will switch to the game. Someday I will have a proper after party, but I need to be able to release a song on a day where I can schedule one. Yeah, just have a cute little after party yourselves. But yeah, I hope you will look forward to it still. I am going to end it here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu! Yeah, I missed you guys too. Yunotsu!